Hello, my friends. I want to start by asking a very common question. Why does the scale stop moving? You're doing everything right. You're exercising, you're eating the healthy foods, you've cut down on your portions, you're sleeping, you're drinking your water. It worked for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then suddenly nothing for days and days and days, and even weeks. The scale doesn't move. You start to feel tired, you start to feel like giving up, excuse me. And then you start to believe that, yes, this is what happens to me always. Now you're convinced that you're not able to lose the weight. Today, I'm here to tell you that your body is not broken. Your body is working just perfectly. It's doing exactly what it was created to do to keep you alive. Hi there, my name is Dr. Inaka Yembe. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am 58 years old at the time of this recording, and I am a family medicine physician working full-time in the emergency room. I lost over 100 pounds between the ages of 47 and 54, and I'm just not teaching textbook science. I'm teaching you and telling you what I have lived through, and I have helped many women in clinic and online in the coaching group and in one-on-one, and now in my menopause weight loss app. I help women every single day. That's my passion, to get healthy, live healthy, and get to their older years in a healthy manner. So why is it that we hit a weight loss plateau? This is completely normal, and most women between 85 to 90% almost will hit a weight loss plateau at some point. And today we're going to expose the three main hormonal drivers behind weight loss plateau. Number one, leptin, the biology of a plateau. Your body goes through what we call a adaptive thermogenesis. Adaptive thermogenesis. I can't speak today. What's going on? But anyway, when you cut calories, your body doesn't know what you're doing. All it knows is that there's such little energy that's coming in now. And your body can feel this cut of calories, this reduced number of calories, as a starvation, as a famine. And it immediately tells your body to drop the amount of energy that it's using. So your body starts burning fewer calories. The key hormone driving this one is called leptin. Leptin is produced in your fat cells, and leptin, whenever your fat cells shrink, your leptin production is slightly lower. Your brain interprets this drop in leptin as starvation. It says, we are hungry. So you start to have more cravings, and you can actually start to feel like you have no motivation because that decline in leptin says, there's starvation. So even unconsciously, you feel like moving even less. Your body at this point is fiercely protecting the amount of energy that you are using. So to fix this, you want to trick your brain into not getting into this starvation mode. You trick it to feel like, we have excess. And what I actually do with my coaching clients is introduce a refeed day. Let's say you go on a caloric deficit for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks for most people, then I would introduce a refeed day. And what you do is periodically, infrequently, increase your calories, increase the amount of complex, not simple, but complex carbohydrates for about 24 hours so that your brain says, whew, starvation is over. And then it revs your metabolism back up. And then things start going again for you. This is one strategy that I use all the time for my one-on-one clients. Driver number two hormone is called cortisol. That one is the stress hormone. It is a fat storage lock. So whenever your bodies are under significant stress, as is when you exercise too much, and sometimes when you're just not eating enough, your body goes into survival mode. One of the things that it does is it causes you to retain water. Cortisol is the hormone behind this one. And that water that you retain can actually hide the actual weight that you're losing, because you're just looking at the scale and things are not changing. Some of that weight could just be water will, and so that is a false plateau. But this next one here is really, it could really put you in a bind. If you stay on a caloric deficit, meaning you're eating very few calories for too long, cortisol starts looking at muscle. To maintain a certain amount of muscle, muscle is metabolically expensive, meaning your body uses more energy to maintain muscle. If you're not eating enough, your body looks at that muscle as, this one here is burning too much of my energy. So cortisol comes in and will start to a process that ends up in you losing muscle mass. So sometimes when we're losing weight too fast from a very, very low caloric diet, you could be losing muscle as well because of this phenomenon. And finally, cortisol also slows down your thyroid. It impairs your thyroid function. So if you've lost enough, too much weight, especially too quickly, your thyroid function may also drop as well. You get into a point where, you just don't lose any weight, period. So to fix this one here, you really want to reduce the high stress. Stop exercising too much. I used to be a marathon runner. Well, marathon walker at a certain point in my life. And then you're talking about 26 miles. I think I've done, what is it, 5 marathons. I've done so many half marathons, so many 10Ks and 5Ks. That's just a lot of stress. And I remained an obese marathoner, 260 pounds, 270 pounds the whole time. You want to stop pushing your body so hard. Why? Because it seems like it's just too much stress is what your body feels. Instead, what I do now is zone 2 cardio. I go on the treadmill in the gym so I can control my pace, and I set that incline between 10 and 15, and I drop. I don't sprint anymore, but I drop the speed to somewhere between 2.5 and 3, just depending on how I'm feeling. And if I get to where I'm just too breathless, I would drop the incline some to maybe 10 of the incline. So zone 2 cardio really works well. It'll help lower that cortisol. Exercises like yoga, those really help because they just help you de-stress, help reduce that cortisol, and can help trigger things, or things can help things restart for you. All right, the third driver of plateau. This is a big one for all of us. That one is insulin resistant. So to lose weight, what we do is we start to cut calories, but some of us are still consuming things that are higher in sugar and are still causing insulin spikes, like your flavored yogurt, big one, granola bars, big one, energy drinks, big one, fruit juice, big one. We're still consuming these things thinking they are healthy. What those do is they spike your insulin and cause insulin spikes, or high levels of insulin cause your body to store fat. So while you're eating this thing, some of us say, you know what, I'm going to wake up in the morning and have just a glass of fruit juice. Don't do that, because that's keeping your insulin level and you're storing fat. But anyway, in order to lose weight, you want to transition into a sugar burner and not a fat burner. The essential enzyme here that your body uses is called hormone sensitive lipase. That's the key that unlocks your fat cells and that helps you to lose fat. The National Institute of Health shows that consistent high levels of insulin completely paralyzes this hormone called hormone sensitive lipase. So if you say you are at work and you say, I'm trying to be healthy, so instead of having 5 pieces of candy, I'm going to have just one. Insulin level spikes. Is going to block that hormone sensitive lipase, which also locks your fat cells, keeps them under a chemical padlock, and it's just so difficult for you to lose weight. And here you are in a weight loss plateau. Sometimes we're saying, you know what, I just don't want to eat a healthy meal. I'm just going to eat several small healthy snacks throughout the day. But anytime that you eat, your insulin level is going to spike. That happens. One of the biggest ways to reverse this is intermittent fasting. Now, you don't need to fast in a way that's just totally stressful. In my menopause group, I train women. If you want to fast, don't fast for 20 hours and eat for 4 hours. During that 4 hour window, it's awfully hard for us to get in all the macronutrients that we need, our proteins, our fats, our carbohydrates. It's so difficult to get it in a 4 hour window. For all some of us, it's just plain stressful. I encourage women to expand their eating window, eat in an 8 hour window or even in a 10 hour window. However, you do want to have some time where calories are not coming in so that your insulin levels can be controlled and your body is able to release fat because that hormone sensitive lipase is not locking up your fat cells. So, ladies, your metabolism is not broken. You are not broken. Your body is just simply trying to come into balance and work in its most optimal ways. So introduce those refeed days, manage your stress, do the yoga and the stress and the relaxation, lower your insulin levels by including some intermittent fasting. You don't even need to fast every single day. Remember, anything that you adopt into your lifestyle, start slow and build up. The big overhaul doesn't work anymore, especially when we are in menopause. If you really need step-by-step guidance, you want to consider joining my one-on-one coaching or my group coaching. We are all on WhatsApp, or subscribe to my app. If this video gave you hope and gave you some encouragement, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with a sister who is struggling. Type in the chat the one thing that resonated with you the most. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.